Hi, I'm Beth from My Tutoring Bee, and in today's video, we're talking about using the area formula to find the area for squares, rectangles, and triangles. I've got a few examples. Let's go ahead and get started. I have our area formulas listed out over here on the side. So let's start with the rectangle formula, which is A equals BH. So what does that mean? B stands for base and H stands for height. Because we're multiplying these two numbers, it really doesn't matter which number we're using as the base and which number we're using as the height. What does matter is that we find those two dimensions that are perpendicular to each other. So they create a 90-degree angle. And in a rectangle and a square, those are pretty easy to find. So this rectangle has 90-degree angles in all four corners, meaning that 4 units and 8 units are the base and the height. Now, typically students will use 8 as the base because it is how wide the rectangle is, and 4 as the height because it is how tall the rectangle is. However, because like I said before, because we're multiplying them, it really doesn't matter what order we put them in. But let's go ahead and substitute in these numbers for our base and height, and then we're going to talk about these grid marks inside the rectangle. So our base is 8 units times our height is 4 units. So the area for this rectangle is 32 units squared. Now, notice that we have a lot of squares inside this rectangle, and I wanted to start off with one with these grid marks so that we can actually connect the dots to see why we find area this way, what area actually means, and why we use this 2 or this squared exponent when we are writing our units for our areas. If you count along the length of this rectangle, you will count 8 square units. And if you count down the side of this rectangle, you will count 4 square units. So what we're looking for when we're finding area is how many unit squares, just one little 1 unit by 1 unit square wide and long this rectangle is. So if we were to count up all of these little unit squares, we would count 32 squares. And we can relate that to some of the multiplication strategies that we've used in the past, such as arrays. When we have 8 rows of 4 or 8 columns of 4 in this case, or 4 rows of 8, if we have 4 equal groups of 8 or 8 equal groups of 4, that's multiplication. And so that's why we use multiplication to find area. All right, let's talk about this square. Now, the area formula looks a little different, but it's actually really the same thing as base times height. With a square, we have all 4 sides are the same length. So if this side is 4 units, that means this side is 4 units, as well as this side, as well as this side. So when we see S squared, what we're really saying is area equals side squared. Or in other words, one side times another side, which are both the same amount. So A equals, in this case, we've got 4 squared, or we could think of this as 4 times 4. So remember, with exponents, we're not multiplying 4 times 2. That 2 is telling us how many 4s we're multiplying. So 4 squared means 4 times 4. And so then our area for this one is 16 units squared. And again, if we counted up all of those little squares inside our larger square, we would count 16. Now, I am a private tutor, and so when I'm working with students on area formulas, this is the one that they pick up the easiest. So we're going to be talking about triangles in this video, and that's what we're going to spend most of our time on. So let's take a look at that. Now, I know what you're thinking, Beth, this is a rectangle, and you're right. I wanted to start off with a rectangle to connect it to the triangle area formula, because as you'll notice, for the triangle area formula, we've got A equals 1/2 BH. So the BH, base times height, comes from the rectangle formula, but where does this 1/2 come from? That's what we're going to talk about here. This is the same rectangle that we solved in the previous page with 8 units by 4 units, and so that was a total of 32 square units. With a triangle, what we're going to do is cut this rectangle in half diagonally. So that's where the 1/2 comes from. I'm going to go ahead and label this side with our 8 units because I want us to forget about this triangle up here. What I've done by cutting this rectangle in half diagonally is created 2 triangles. But if we are trying to find the area of just one triangle, then that's where the 1/2 comes from because we're cutting that rectangle in half. So as we can see, the base and the height are still the same, 8 and 4 units. Again, we're looking for that 90-degree angle, those perpendicular lines. That's what we're always looking for when we are trying to use the area formula for any of the shapes in this chapter of the pre-algebra series. We're looking for those perpendicular sides. So we are going to substitute in those numbers. 1/2, our base is 8 units, our height is 4 units, and there are a few different ways that we can do this. Because both of our numbers for base and height are even, we can either take 1/2 of one of those numbers, not both, we don't want to do both, only one, or we can multiply 8 times 4 first and then take half of that. So 1/2 of 8 is 4. And then we're multiplying times the height of 4. So our area equals 16 units squared. Again, I could have done area equals 1/2 times 8 times 4 and multiplied 8 times 4, which is 32. And then taken half of that, 32, and half of 32 is 16. So we still get 16 either way. Now let's do some more examples with finding area of triangles. On this first problem, this is pretty straightforward because we just have the 13 and the 5 here. So we don't have to do a lot of guesswork for what our base and height is. But notice that these two sides, the 5 meters and the 13 meters, are the two sides that create this 90-degree angle. So that is what we are always looking for. So now we know that we are looking at our base of 5 meters and our height is 13 meters. So as you notice here, both of my numbers are odd. So maybe taking half of one of these numbers isn't the way to go for this particular problem, and that's okay. So let's go ahead and multiply the 5 times 13. So 5 times 10 is 50. 5 times 3 is 15. When we add those together, we get 65. So now we're taking 1/2 of 65. And then we do need to cut that in half. So I'm going to do 65 divided by 2. 2 goes into 6 3 times. That's 6. Bring down the 5. 2 goes into 5 2 times. That's 4. I'm going to go ahead and write this as a decimal. You could write this as a fraction and just bring the 1 over 2 as your fractional part. But 2 goes into 10 5 times. So we get an area of 32.5 meters squared. And again, you could have written this as a fraction, a mixed number. So we could have also written this as 32.5 meters squared. So both of those would be correct areas for that triangle. All right, let's take a look at this triangle. Now this triangle has a lot more dimensions listed. We've got the 13, 13, 12, and 10. So again, what are we looking for? Those perpendicular lines, the two lines that create the 90-degree angle. So here we see that 90-degree angle. What two lines, or what I like to teach my students is, what two lines is that square connected to? So this square that tells us that this angle is 90 degrees is connected to this line down here, the 10-inch line, and then this line here, the 12-inch line. So a lot of times this is one of the biggest mistakes that I see students making, is taking one of those slanted sides and multiplying that times the base. But we always want to make sure to look for that 90-degree angle, and that's how we're going to choose our base and height. So let's go ahead and substitute those numbers in. So our base is 10. Our height is 12. And again, I'm going to take half of one of those numbers because they are both even. I'm going to go with 12 because that one seems the easiest to multiply, times 10. So A equals 1/2 of 12 is 6. So we've got 10 times 6. So A equals 60 inches squared. So that is our area for this triangle. Now I've got a few more challenging examples for us, including this area of this triangle. Before we get to that, I just wanted to quickly mention that I am offering one-to-one tutoring online. So if you're feeling like you need a little bit more support with math, then feel free to reach out. All of my links are in the description below. All right, let's go ahead and find the area of this triangle. This triangle is an obtuse triangle. So it's got this one vertex way out here hanging over this lower side or edge of the triangle. But we are still going to be looking for that 90-degree angle. So we are looking for base and height, those two perpendicular lines. And so we want to know what is the tallest point of this triangle and where is that perpendicular to? It's going to be perpendicular to this 9-foot base, meaning that we are not using the 10 feet or the 17 feet at all in our calculation for this area formula. So area equals 1/2. Our base is 9 feet. Don't worry about this dotted line here. Because there's no triangle here. I mean, we have kind of created a triangle with this dashed line. However, we want to know the area of this triangle. So there's nothing here that we want to find the area for. So that's why we are skipping this part of that perpendicular line to the height. But our height is 8 feet. And so basically what we're wanting to do is just find how tall that is. Another way that we might see it is we might have a dashed line here, right? And so this would be our 90-degree angle here. So this, and actually just by doing that, we can kind of see where that rectangle comes from. We can see that this is the same height as this height over here on the left. So we just want to know how tall is this triangle from its lowest point to its highest point. All right, so then let's go ahead and solve. Since 8 is my only even number, I'm going to go ahead and have 8. So A equals 9 times 4, and then 9 times 4 is 36. So we get 36 feet squared for the area of this triangle. One more challenge problem having to do with area. In this problem, we are being asked to find the missing height of the triangle. So we are given a lot of information about the side lengths of this triangle, but not the height of this triangle. A garden in the shape of a triangle is shown below. If the area of the garden is 84 meters squared, what is the garden's height? Okay, let's just write out our formula. A equals 1/2 BH. Okay, what pieces of the puzzle do we have? What do we know? Well, we know that the base is 21 meters, right? There's that 90-degree angle. So that means that this length and this length are perpendicular to each other. So we know that our base is 21. We don't know our height. We do know that we're going to have to multiply it by 1/2 or divide by 2, which is another way of thinking about it. And then we also know the area. They told us that the area is 84 meters squared. So now it's an algebra problem to solve. We are solving this equation for h. We want to know what h is. Okay, so the first step that I'm going to do is combine my like terms here. So what is 1/2 of 21? 1/2 of 20 is 10. 1/2 of 1 is 0.5 or 1/2. I do want to keep it in decimal format here. So then 1/2 of 21 is 10.5. And we could always divide that by 2 and figure out that that is what we would get as a decimal. So we can't go into 1 there. We're going to go ahead and bring up a decimal, bring down a 0, and then 2 can go into 10 5 times. All right, so we've got 10.5 h equals 84. All right, we're still trying to solve for h, so what do we need to do to get this h by itself and get rid of this 10.5? These two are being multiplied, so the opposite of that would be to divide. So we're going to divide both sides by 10.5, divide this by 10.5, and let's go ahead and write that out over here. Now, when we're dividing by a decimal, we want to move that decimal over as many times as we can, and then we're going to match that inside the division bar here. So now we're really dividing 840 by 105. All right, this might seem like pretty big numbers, but this should be pretty easy. 105 is pretty close to 100, and I think that can go into 840 8 times. So what is 10.5? Sorry, not 10.5, 105 times 8. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 0 is 0, plus 4 is 4. 8 times 1 is 8. So it does go in perfectly there with nothing left over. So then that means for our equation here, this is canceled out. So h equals 8. So we know that it's 8 meters for the height of this triangle. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope that this video is helpful for you in learning more about area of squares, rectangles, and triangles. I have a ton of links in the description to other videos in my pre-algebra series, as well as other videos for areas of different two-dimensional shapes. So check those out. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.